Welcome to The Explainer. We're going to talk about something that, well, it keeps a lot of us up at night: money worries. But today, we're going to show you how to flip the script, how to go from feeling like you're just one surprise bill away from disaster to feeling completely, and I mean completely, in control of your financial future. So let's just jump right in with a bit of a heart stopper of a question. Imagine your phone rings right now. It's the mechanic. Your car needs a huge repair. Or maybe it's a medical bill you totally weren't expecting. Do you have the cash on hand to cover it without even blinking? Or would that call send you into a complete tailspin? So if that last question made your heart skip a beat, look, you are not alone, not by a long shot. This is the percentage of Americans who say they have enough savings to cover just 3 months of their expenses. That means nearly half the country is walking on a financial tightrope, where just one bad day could be the difference between staying afloat and a real crisis. It's a super stressful way to live, but it absolutely doesn't have to be your story. And that really gets to the core of what we're talking about. We can't stop life from throwing us curveballs. That's just not how it works. But what we can do, what we have total control over, is how prepared we are to catch them. A little bit of planning right now is going to save you a world of hurt later on. It's not about being a fortune teller, it's about building a future where you're ready for anything. Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. We've laid out a simple 5-part journey. We'll start by understanding the shock, then master your money, build your fortress, plan for growth, and finally, we'll get to the big unsinkable takeaway. Stick with me, and by the end of this, you'll have a clear roadmap to financial security. All right, first things first. We have to get real about the problem. Before we can build a rock-solid financial foundation, we got to understand the cracks in the one we're standing on right now. This is where we look at the challenges that so many people are up against. Think about this. In 2024, with the cost of, well, everything going up, this was the percentage of Americans who actually spent less than they earned. Just let that sink in for a second. More than half of us are basically treading water, or even worse, sinking a little deeper. And when you're spending every single dollar that comes in, there's no room to build that safety net we've been talking about. So, if that's the reality for so many of us, how do we break out of that cycle? Well, here is the good news. You can take back control. And it all starts with one simple but seriously powerful tool: a budget. This is the moment you stop letting your money manage you and you start managing your money. Now, making a budget isn't about restriction. Not at all. It's about empowerment. And it's really as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you're going to become a money detective, right? You'll track every dollar to see where it's really going. Then you gather your intel, all your pay stubs, all your bills. And finally, you create your master plan, a realistic budget that actually works for you, not against you. And this quote from wealth manager David Bigelow just hits the nail on the head. I mean, you wouldn't build a house on a shaky foundation, right? So why would you do that with your finances? Understanding where your money comes in and where it goes out every month, that's your bedrock. That's the solid ground everything else gets built on. Okay, so now you've got a handle on your cash flow. It is time to start building. In this next part, we're going to create a powerful 2-layer defense system that's going to make you feel financially untouchable. This is where you really start to get that unsinkable feeling. Your first line of defense is your emergency fund. And listen, this isn't just another savings account. This is your I can actually sleep at night fund. It's the money that's just sitting there waiting for when life happens so you don't have to whip out a credit card and dig yourself into an even deeper hole. The goal here is 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses, tucked away in a high-yield savings account where it's safe, you can get it when you need it, and it's even earning you a little bit of extra cash. Now, building up your savings is a fantastic defensive move, but to truly become unsinkable, you gotta go on the offensive. And your number one enemy, high-interest debt. Think of it like this. Trying to save money while you're carrying a bunch of high-interest debt, it's like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. You're pouring water in, working hard, but you're just not getting anywhere. And if you need a little more motivation to go after that debt, just look at this chart. That massive gap, the difference between the interest you're paying on your credit card and the interest you're earning in your savings account, that's basically a financial black hole. Your debt is growing at a rate more than 4 times faster than your savings can. That's why paying down that high-interest debt isn't just a good idea, it's a financial emergency. Okay, so you've started building your savings cushion, you're attacking your debt, you're already well on your way to becoming financially resilient. Now, let's take it a step further. This next part is all about shifting from just surviving to actually thriving. It's about protecting not just your present, but your entire future.
So, there are three key pillars to building a truly secure financial future. First, getting your legal documents in order. And trust me, this isn't just for you, it's a huge gift to your loved ones, protecting them from a world of stress and confusion if something happens. Second, making sure you have good health insurance. As we're about to see, one medical emergency can wipe you out. And third, investing for your future. This is how you put your money to work for you, growing your wealth and beating inflation over the long haul.
And if you were tempted to maybe gloss over that second pillar about insurance, take a long look at this number. This is the average cost for a single night in a US hospital. I mean, can you imagine paying that out of pocket? Without good health insurance, years and years of your hard work and savings can be gone in an instant. It's a risk none of us can afford to take. So, we've covered a ton of ground, right? Budgeting, saving, paying down debt. But what's the one thing that really ties it all together? What's the single most powerful habit you can build to guarantee your financial health? Well, the answer might surprise you. Just let this number sit there for a second. 10 times. This represents a kind of superpower that you can give yourself, and it has a lot less to do with the size of your paycheck and way more to do with the power of your mindset. Yep, you heard that right. The simple act of planning, just thinking ahead about a big expense, is the single strongest predictor of your financial health. This is incredible news because it means your success isn't just about how much money you earn, it's about how you think. It's about being proactive instead of reactive. It's about being the architect of your own financial future, not just a passenger along for the ride. And this quote from David Bigelow just brings it all home, doesn't it? This whole thing isn't just about spreadsheets and crunching numbers. It's about building a life where you are, in his words, unsinkable. It's about having the financial strength to not just survive life's storms, but to sail right through them and come out even stronger on the other side. It's about giving yourself the freedom to stay in the game and go after your biggest goals. The journey to becoming financially unsinkable doesn't start with some giant, scary leap. It starts with one single step. So the last question I have for you is this. What is the one small, totally doable thing you're going to do today to start building your unsinkable future? Don't put it off. Start right now. You've got this.